In this video, I'm going to show you what the agent calendar is and how you can use this to your advantage when scheduling tasks for your agent to perform. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to go over to the left side of your screen under Activity and click on the Calendar tab. Inside of this calendar page, you will be able to see your agent's calendar and all of the tasks that are listed for the day that you have selected here on the right. As you can see, my calendar is currently empty, so we're going to go ahead and add a new task for one of our agents to complete. And one thing to note is there's a little select drop down right here where you're able to select which agents you want to see. So if you have multiple agents, you're able to look at a specific calendar. For example, the AgentVoice demo agent, we can select that and view that specific agent's calendar and all the things that it has in plan for this month. You can go back a month or you can go forward a month to whichever month is relevant. So the first thing you're going to want to do to schedule a task is you have two options. Here on this calendar section here, you're able to click on the schedule task button here in the top right, or in the actual task view area here on the right, you're able to click on this little blue button where it says new task and schedule one from there. So for now, let's just click on the schedule task button here in the main calendar section. Now what this will open up is just some basic information on what this task is for. So you'll give this a simple task name like call Jennifer. This is just something that you will be able to reference this task for, okay? And this is how you manually create one. Then the next thing you'll be prompted to do is select a task type. So will the agent be calling Jennifer? Will they be texting, emailing, or will be using some sort of API like updating a CRM relevant to Jennifer? The task purpose is, are we following up with them? Are we notifying them? Or is this some sort of reminder? Are we sending some information? Or are we sending some sort of updated info, something along those lines? Like if we're going to go ahead and do an API call, then we would do update info, for example, if their appointment changed and we wanted, something like that to happen. So for now, let's focus on the call task type because this is the most relevant at the moment. And we'll just select this follow-up. Let's suppose that they came in as a lead and we want our agent to follow up with them on that lead inquiry. Then what you'll be prompted to do is select a contact. And as you can see, there are no contacts found as we haven't created any contacts yet. And the first thing that you'll want to do if you don't have contacts is simply click this convenient little add new contact button and the form will pop up right here in this modal so you can go ahead and complete who it is that you want to contact. I'm going to go ahead and fill out this form here. So now that I've filled out this contact form, I've simply placed the first name, the last name, the email, and the phone number. And one thing to note here is if our task type is to call them, then a phone number will have to be present on the contact in order for that to take place and this task to execute. If we are planning on emailing them, then of course we're going to need an email to actually send that to. And so for the phone number, if you're going to do a call or a text, you will need that phone number field. For an email, you will need the actual email on the contact itself, or else it's not going to know who to email. And then for the API, and this is most of the time going to be used for updating CRMs along those lines, this is going to have to be connected to a CRM system of yours if you're using an external CRM, for example. So since this is just a simple task to call and follow up, this looks good to me. So let's go ahead and just save this. And again, you're able to add some additional information like the company that Jennifer might work for and some additional notes about her so that you and the team in the organization and the AI know kind of what's going on with this specific contact. So let's go ahead and save this contact and it'll automatically select them for us. And there we go. We've got her plugged in. And now we're able to select that contact's time zone. Most of the time, you don't need to adjust this. But if it's easier to keep the accounting more straightforward with just adding their time zone so you don't get anything mixed up, then you can go ahead and do this. But this is automatically selected to the time zone that you are in. And you can usually just leave that default if you don't want to mess with it. This will allow you to choose the day that you want to schedule that task. So today is May 13th, 2025. And then you're able to select a specific time that you want this task to execute. So for example, we can select May 14th. And we can say this is supposed to run at 10:30 a.m. Okay, this is when we want this call to happen. Here in this little notification area, it'll just let you know that this task will execute in your local time on May 14th, 2025, 10:30 a.m. So if I go back and I change this to Chicago, then you can see this will all change for me. but we'll just stick with our time zone here that I am in currently and leave that as it is. That way I don't have any mix-ups and I understand what time it'll run in my local time. And here you're able to select which agent you want this to run. Since we're already selected in the agent voice demo, it's going to automatically populate here. But if you're starting this task from scratch, then you will need to select one of your agents if you've got multiple agents. And we do have a team functionality coming soon, but that is not available at this moment. Now here is where you're able to provide specific task instructions outside of a simple call follow-up, maybe what you want Jennifer or what you want your agent to go over with Jennifer. For example, if this is a lead calling in about, let's say, like a car dealership, then maybe you want to throw in there that they inquired about a certain vehicle. If this is something that's coming in from a lead form, we do have an API that does all of this for you. And you're able to simply insert instructions about what vehicle they inquired about straight from the API. But if you're doing this manually, then you'll want to type in what this task is for, if it's relevant, if your agent's not already configured to, follow a very specific process. And this specific task is relevant to something that you need to specify in here, and the agent isn't already prepared for it, wouldn't know. So you can leave this blank, but if this is for a very specific reason, then you can fill in some additional instructions in here for your agent to follow. So I'm just going to leave this blank for now, and then we'll go ahead and create the task. And now, as you can see, our agent calendar shows back up, and we're able to see on the 14th of May, we have one task scheduled, and it lets us know that it's scheduled at 10:30 a.m. And if this is in a different time zone, then it'll show you the time zone that it's scheduled in and when it's going to execute in your local time. It shows you the contact, and it shows you what's going to be happening. It's going to call them for the purpose of following up. And so now we can click into this and we can edit it if we would like. We also have this convenient little expand button where you can view all the tasks. And this is simply just so you can check out all the tasks that you have set up. And once they execute and they complete, you'll be able to go in here and view all the information about the call and everything relevant to that task. And here we also have a conveniently located Manage Task button, which will reopen that modal where you can go ahead and edit everything that you need to edit. And there you go. Here in the search bar, you can also search through your tasks and find all the ones that you're looking for. And that's convenient in the event that you have a lot of tasks that you need to search through. And that is basically how the agent calendar works. And so you can go in here and essentially see everything that's going on with your agent. And you can schedule certain tasks for those days, right? So I selected May 17th, and I can go ahead and create a task for one of my agents to perform a certain action. Now, a lot of these will likely be automated based off of how you set your agent up, and your agent will auto create tasks for itself. But in the event that you're running manual tasks, this is a good way to get used to this layout and visual so you can understand how that whole process works. Again, if there's any questions about anything, feel free to reach out to support@agentvoice.com, and we would be more than happy to try to connect with you and try to help you build a solution that works. Thanks so much.